What's up, football fans? I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today. Welcome to NFL Game Plan. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our Week 5 preview between the St. Louis Rams and the Green Bay Packers. And we're going to be joined by our Football Game Plan analyst, Teron Davenport, Gene Clemens, and also Chris James. But let's start this video off by taking a look at my keys to victory.
For the Rams in this ball game, I think it's important that they stay in a position of control, and I think that applies to both sides of the ball. Offensively, it's about playing up-tempo, controlling the clock, running the football, keeping Green Bay on its heels, and on the defensive side, it's about staying on the inside of these wide receivers, forcing Aaron Rodgers to be consistently accurate going outside and down the field. I think that's how you stay in a position of control and ultimately win this game. And also defensively, it's about keeping your eyes on your luggage. Aaron Rodgers does a great job of extending the play, just like Russell Wilson does, and he can hit big plays deep down the field. But as long as you do your job and don't get caught looking in the backfield and lose track of your guy that you're covering, you should be fine defensively. And I think they have to win all three facets of this game: offense, defense, and special teams. If they lack in any area, Green Bay can pull away and win this one. Moving on to Green Bay in this ball game, attacking the second level of the Rams defense is where I think they can have some success. They're a little bit banged up at the second level. No Alec Ogletree, the linebacker, will be in this ball game, and I think if Green Bay is going to have some success early on, it's going to come at the expense of the Rams' second level. And multiplicity eases pressure. Green Bay does a great job with their personnel groupings, formations, the quick passing game. I think the way they're able to operate offensively, they are able to force you as a defense to be a little bit more conservative and not as aggressive rushing the quarterback or playing coverage, which then in turn allows Green Bay to be even more dynamic offensively. And also on defense, I think they have to beat those offensive linemen of the Rams to the spot. The Rams love to move their guards and trying to get that power running game going. If you beat them to the spot, you bottle up that running game in the backfield, and you'll be able to make a play.
This week versus the St. Louis Rams, we know they bring a lot of pressure with their front four. And if I'm Green Bay, one way I can calm that pressure is by misdirection. I'm going to show you one play they can utilize out of the diamond formation, getting creative with their two excellent receivers that are also really good after the catch in Randall Cobb and now the rookie Ty Montgomery. We have these guys set in the backfield, and this is going to cause all kind of craziness and confusion for the defense, because now these guys can't be as aggressive because you don't know what's going on in the backfield. You can even get even more creative and put two tight ends out here as well. So now you really are going to confuse the defense. So what I think they can do here is try to get away to either hand the football off to Randall Cobb or Ty Montgomery. But in this situation, we're going to hand it off to Cobb. So this is one way we can confuse the defense. In this simple base blocking, we're going to move this tackle up to the second level, get the backer block. Big on big right here, big on big here. It's simple blocking, guys, big on big. And we'll also go, well, what we're gonna do is get creative here. We're gonna fold block, or boom, he's gonna handle him here. He's gonna fold back, kick out, bam. So it's almost a trap. You're gonna trap this defensive end. So that way this play side guard can kick him out, and now you put the backer in the bind. Who's gonna block the backer? We're gonna have Eddie Lacy and his big body run up in there and get that backer block, because it's going to look like we're handing the football off. So Aaron Rodgers is going to take the football and turn to his right as if he's doing a read, a zone read. So he's going to fake this handoff to Eddie Lacy, who's going to run up and block this play side backer. And what we have concurrently happening is Ty Montgomery going around the backside, almost giving the illusion as if, okay, it's going to be a fake here, and then we're going to hand it off here to Ty Montgomery. But really, we're faking here and coming right back the same direction and handing the ball off to Randall Cobb, who's going to follow Eddie Lacy in the hole and hopefully get a good block from the receiver on the safety and run the daylight. So this is one way creatively Green Bay, I think, can have some success versus an aggressive front four and aggressive front seven in St. Louis.
as we open up the Rams playbook here versus Arizona last week, you see an offense in the Cardinals that's similar in style and how they try to attack you with formation and spreading the field like the Green Bay Packers. And the Rams are one of the best teams in the league, I believe, in having the ability to both apply pressure and be effective back there in coverage. You see right here a nice blitz coming off the edge with LaMarcus Joyner, who at 5'8", 185 is able to set the edge, force Carson Palmer to stay within that tackle box and ultimately get the sack. I think this is something that they have to do versus a mobile guy in Aaron Rodgers, who does a lot of damage once he breaks contain, once he tries to extend the play. And you see right here in the second example, a great job of occupying a gap. The middle of the field was open. Chris Long was able to come back around and secure that A gap and keep Carson Palmer in the pocket and ultimately putting him on the ground. I think if they're able to do these things versus Aaron Rodgers and keep him bottled up within that tackle-to-tackle box, St. Louis has a great chance to pull off the upset.
St. Louis Rams travel to Green Bay to face the Packers. My X factor for the Rams, and this has been a common theme, it's that front four. It's all about Aaron Donald, Michael Brockers specifically. These guys have to get that interior push on Aaron Rodgers. That is the one thing that is able to rattle that quarterback. Interior pass rush, pushing the pocket back into his lap. That's what the Rams need to do. Now, for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, he's the best quarterback in the NFL. That's my X factor, and specifically his ability to spread the football around. Ty Montgomery is a young receiver that's getting involved. They're using him out of the backfield and also in bunch formations. Then you have Randall Cobb and James Jones. He has to get those guys all involved because this Rams defense is very strong. They're solid as far as coverage is concerned, and I still have the Packers winning this game. I don't think anybody could slow that offense down. I have the Packers winning 24-10.
If I'm coaching St. Louis, I'm telling my front seven that they must get pressure on Aaron Rodgers while simultaneously not allowing him to get the ball to his tight end. That seems to be the catalyst for how he gets going in the passing game. He gets some confident throws to his tight ends, and then all of a sudden, he's stretching it down the field. So I want to keep pressure on him and make sure that he doesn't get the ball to his tight end. If I'm Green Bay, I look to establish the run game to slow down that pass rush of St. Louis. Once I get that run game established, I'm going to use Aaron Rodgers to do what he does best, which is dissect the defense. In the end, I think Green Bay stays undefeated. I like this score to be 24-17.
Now, when it's Green Bay, you already know who we're starting every week until otherwise notified. That's Aaron Rodgers. He's a bad man. Even with bad production, quote unquote, from a fantasy standpoint last week, he didn't kill your fantasy roster because he refuses to throw interceptions. As far as a sit, I'm going to sit Eddie Lacy. He's still in a timeshare, and this front four and front seven as a whole for the Rams is getting the job done. As far as a start for the away team, I'm going to start Todd Gurley. Listen, I think he had like 12 yards or so, low teens in that game in the first half against the Cardinals, and then he ripped off 100 plus in the second half. We know why this guy went 10th overall is because he's talented. As far as a sit, I'm going to sit Jared Cook. We don't know what they want to do with Jared Cook. It seems like he can't find the end zone no matter what, and that's not going to get the job done from you from the tight end position. A sleeper here is Richard Rodgers. As they try to focus in on those great receivers that they have outside, Rodgers could get lost in the fold. That's what happened against San Francisco. Can expect that to continue as we move forward. Final score here, I have a pretty good one. The Rams just won't punch into the end zone enough. Packers win 24-16.
I actually like the Rams in this ball game. I think they have all of the ingredients necessary to make this a very good game and come away victorious. They can run the football. They can control the line of scrimmage on offense. Defensively, we know about their front four and what they can do from a pressure and contain standpoint. But most importantly, on the back end, they have guys that can individually match up one-on-one versus these Green Bay wide receivers. So I think overall, the Rams match up very well on both sides of the ball versus the Packers and will win this one on the road. And as we recap our picks, I'm the lone wolf this week going with the Rams. Everyone else is going with the Packers. Should be a great game in the NFC. And we also want to give a huge shout out to Ram fan forums and Packer fan forums for always showing football game plan support.